Hello guys, Dylan Zells here, and today we're continuing the human body. Now, with that out of the way, let's get into it. You're kidding me. You are taller in the morning, and when you wake up, then if you measured yourself when you got home from school, no kidding. This is because activities performed by us during the day make the disc between the back vertebrae compress. Gravity causes this and reduces your height during the day. But at night, the discs go back to normal when we sleep, and so we gain about half an inch in height for the morning. Amazing. The skeleton makes up 14% of an adult human's total body weight. How close is relative? The skeletons of chimpanzees and humans are very similar and point to them both evolving from the same ancestor. However, there are a number of differences as well. Chimps have smaller brains than humans, so their skull is smaller. Unlike humans, they have a long, pointy jaw. But did you know that human DNA has a 97% similarity to chimp DNA? Bones. When you think of bones, do you think of Halloween and a skeleton costume running around outside trick-or-treating? Or do you think of dogs in the backyard digging a hole to hide their latest catch? Either way, we all made of bones. Well, we are all made of bones, and our skeleton is a fascinating thing. It will outlast us, so that after we die, our bones will survive for many years to come. Bones truly are bunkers. They not only perform the shape of our body, but they also protect our vital organs. How can you lose your bones? When you are adult, you have 206 individual bones. However, when you're young, you have more. Many of these bones fuse together to form stronger bones, covering a larger area to protect the body. How cool! There are many different fossilized dinosaur bones in museums. Even the bones that are not fossilized, are fairly recent, look dry and brittle. The bones in your body are not like this. They are very much alive. How cool! They're alive! They're alive! Bones are alive and constantly change and even grow. They have three main parts: the compacted section, spongy section, and the bone marrow. Strong bones. Some of the bones you are born are made of cartilage, and other bones partly made up of cartilage. Cartilage is soft and flexible. Most of this cartilage is replaced by bone, made of calcium over the years as you grow. Green vegetables such as broccoli and dairy products, such as milk and cheese, are rich in calcium. When you reach around the age of 25, this process is incomplete, and your bones will not grow any further. Smallest bone is in the ear. It's called the stirrup bone, and same size as half a grain of rice. Biggest bone is in the leg, which is called the femur, or thigh bone. Spine. The spine is also known as the backbone and is a strong yet flexible column of ring-like bones called vertebrae. It starts at the skull and runs down the middle of the back all the way to the pelvis. It is an S shape and has a hollow cavity in the middle, and is very flexible. This strength and flexibility allow you to hold your head and body upright. While the cavity in the center of the vertebrae is a protective channel for incredibly important but very delicate spinal cord. Vertebrae. There are 33 vertebrae bones in each spine. Each is shaped with a hole in the middle so that the delicate spinal cord can run through it. In between the vertebrae are shock absorbers. These are pads of tough fibrous cartilage that cushion the vertebrae and absorb shock. They are called invertebral discs. And together with the S shape of the spine, they prevent shock and pain in your head when you rock or run. Although the joints between individual vertebrae are not very flexible, by working together as a whole, spine provides a wide range of movement. You can arch backward, bend forward, and twist from side to side. As the spinal column together with the strong ligaments in your spine and with strong ligaments and muscles in your back and around the vertebrae to stabilize the spine and control the movement. Spine regions. You can divide the spine into 5 different regions, starting at the top. Cervical, thorax, lumbar, sternum, and thorax. Fun facts. There are over 120 muscles in the spine. There are over 100 joints in the spine. This allows for the spine's special flexibility. There are over 220 individual ligaments connecting up the spine. About a quarter of spine's total length is created by the invertebral discs that act as shock absorbers. Cartilage that makes up the invertebral disc can crack. Astronauts come back taller when they return to Earth because zero gravity moves, pressing pressure on the spine. Over time, you get shorter. Same gravitational pressure on Earth shrinks the cartilage in between the vertebrae. Liver. The liver is the largest organ inside the body, and it's important because you can't live without it. The liver is found in the abdomen underneath the diaphragm. Inside the rib cage. When you are fully grown, the liver weighs about 3 pounds. Cleaning the blood. The liver cleans the blood by taking out toxins or poisons that came from the body's normal processes or from the food. It sorts out the good nutrients and sends these to part of the body that need them. Remaining bad stuff or waste our bodies don't need, then carried by bile back into the intestine, then expelled from our bodies. Or it is sent to the kidneys for an extra clean. Comes out. Making bile. Bile is a thick greenish brown digestive juice produced by the liver. Bile is stored in the gallbladder until the body needs it. Bile contains waste and broken down blood cells from the liver. When it is needed, it travels along the bile duct into the duodenum. For special bile, salts break down the fats into tiny droplets so they can be absorbed into the bloodstream. The liver is like a chemical factory, receiving nutrients that it either stores or converts it and sends off to other parts of the body. The liver performs over 500 functions, but its 3 main jobs are cleaning the blood, producing an important liquid called bile used for digestion, storing energy that is a form of sugar called gluten. Storing energy. The liver is also a bit like a reserve fuel tank. When the body breaks down carbohydrates, which are found in foods such as bread, fruit, and milk, they are turned into a type of sugar called glucose. Glucose is used by our cells as fuel. The liver stores glucose for us in the form of glucogen and releases it into the bloodstream when the body needs a quick energy boost or when the body's glucose levels have dropped. Fun facts. The liver helps your blood clot and stops you bleeding to death. The liver produces two substances called fibrinogen and promoferrin, which, when combined with platelets in the blood, produce a sticky glob that clots the blood and stops you bleeding. The liver contains over half of our body's macrophages, a form of germ-killing white blood cell. These clever cells weaken and destroy bacteria and fight infection. Eggplants. The liver looks a bit like an eggplant. Eggplants are very good for the liver, as they may slow the progression of fatty liver disease when you eat as a part of a healthy diet. Other foods that are good for your liver include garlic, grapefruit, and leafy green vegetables. How do we look after this amazing organ? Living healthily is the best way to take care of your liver. The liver is easily damaged by too much alcohol or if a person is very overweight. So be active and eat a healthy diet. Disease of the liver. There are over 100 types of liver disease, caused by a variety of factors and affecting everyone from infants to older adults. Most common causes of liver disease are viral hepatitis, obesity, and alcohol and drug use. How cool! Next time you take some medicine, think about your liver. Clever liver takes the active ingredients from medicine and breaks them down so our bodies can. Cardiovascular system. Cardiovascular system is the system that carries or circulates blood, arteries, veins, blood vessels, and capillaries to all parts of the body. The heart is central to the cardiovascular system. Its main function is to pump blood around the body. There are two circulatory systems. Pulmonary circulation. This system pumps blood from the heart to the lungs for oxygenation and back again. The blood is pumped from the heart out of the right ventricle into the pulmonary artery. This artery carries the blood, which contains low levels of oxygen and high levels of carbon dioxide, away from the heart. The pulmonary artery then splits into two, with one branch going into the right lung and the other branch going into the left lung. The branch separates into capillaries in the lungs where gaseous exchange takes place. Oxygen replaces dioxide. In our liver, oxygen attaches itself to hemoglobin in the red blood cells and then returns to the heart by pulmonary veins. It re-enters the heart through the left atrium and then fills to the left ventricle, ready to be pumped. This centrometric circulation. Fun facts. The heart pumps around 6 to 100 times per minute, but can go much faster. Feed muscles with oxygen, it beats around 1,000 times a day, 30 million times a year, and about 3 billion times in a lifetime. Somatic circulation. This is where blood is pumped from the heart all parts of the body and back again. It is also sometimes circulatory system. Blood is pumped out of the left ventricle, aorta, artery carrying enough blood travels through smaller arteries and oxygen. This blood travels through artery capillary, where it delivers oxygen, picks up waste mixture. Blood less oxygen and contains heads by capillary or going to so reaches the vena cava. Vena cava. Second the blood, head and arm returning to the heart. Blood from the lower parts of the body will carrier burn. They both join and deliver oxygen deflated blood into the right atrium, ready to move into the right ventricle to be pumped into the pulmonary circulation system. You know, if you're exercising or frightened, the heart pumps faster to provide oxygen to the muscle for fast movement. When you're sleeping, it pumps less slowly, known as the resting heart, keeping the body at rest. Heart. The heart is constantly working, even when you're resting. Together, the heart, blood, and blood vessels make up the circulatory system. The heart pumps the blood through the blood vessels to all different tissues of the body. The blood carries water, oxygen, and nutrients. Blood is also important for removing waste products from the body. The heart sits between the lungs in the chest, where it is well protected by the rib cage. How cool! The heartbeat. The heart begins to beat just 3 weeks after conception. The beating of the heart is what pushes the blood around the body. This is the action of 2 separate but coordinated pumps. The right side of the heart and the left side of the heart. Each pump has its own atrium, ventricle, inlet valve, and outlet valve. Each heartbeat is initiated by and controlled by electrical impulses. It can be measured using electrodiaphragm, ECG. These impulses cause the muscular chambers of the heart to contract or squeeze at different times. This squeezing action is what pushes the blood through the body. Fun fact, the conducting system. The heart contains a conducting system that allows electrical currents to pass through it. In a way, these electrical currents control the heartbeat. The structures of the conducting system are made of special cells that initiate conduct electricity. Cells that initiate an electrical impulse without any outside signal are called arteriotic or pacemaker cells. Blood supply. Like any other muscle of the body, the heart needs a constant blood supply to stay healthy. It may seem as though the heart has easy access to lots of blood. However, the blood passes through the chambers of the heart and does not actually supply nutrients to the heart muscle. Instead, special blood vessels called coronary arteries branch off from the aorta and deliver blood to the heart muscle itself. There's a problem with the coronary arteries. The heart muscle will not get enough blood. The heart will not be able to work properly. Synaptry. The heart is a hollow muscular organ that has 4 chambers. Blood vessels that carry blood away from the arteries and blood vessels that bring are called veins. Look inside the heart. Let's take a look inside at the heart in more detail with this cross-sectional illustration. You know, your heart is made up of almost entirely of muscle. It is strong enough to lift approximately 3,000 pounds, which is approximately the weight of a compact car. Heart valves. Each of the heart's chambers has valves that are there to make sure blood flows in the right direction. These valves allow blood to pass through in one direction only, so there can be no backflow of blood. There are 4 main valves in the heart. Fun facts. The heart is fully developed after 8 weeks from conception. This is when an embryo is only an inch long. Your heart beats with enough strength to shoot blood of a distance of 30 feet. Your left lung is smaller than your right one. Make room in your chest cavity for your heart. Clench your fists and then put them side by side. This is roughly the size of a heart. A woman's heart beats faster than a man's heart. And that is today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Later.